Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Jeff Thompson. Had a chance to sit down with Jeff Bazer. He's the Northeast Regional Sales Manager for HIMS, the global leader in Braille and low vision products around the world. Jeff gives us a detailed overview of a lot of the products offered by HIMS Incorporated, including the BrailleSense Polaris and GoVision. You can contact Jeff Bazer on email at jeff@hims-inc.com. And for more podcasts with a blindness perspective, follow us on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities, and download the free Blind Abilities app from the App Store. That's 2 words, Blind Abilities. So without further ado, please welcome HIMS Incorporated Northeast Regional Sales Manager, Jeff Bazer.
Well, hey, Jeff, thank you very much. I'm the Regional Sales Manager for the Northeast for HIMS, and I really appreciate you giving me some time here today. So, HIMS is a company that the U.S. office is based in Austin, Texas. Our parent company is in South Korea. That's where the development and manufacturing of these products takes place, but all of our service, sales, support, and customer service is all done out of Austin, Texas. And then, of course, we have field sales staff all around the country, including myself, who covers Virginia on the south side all the way up to Canada. So we're pretty excited at HIMS. We've got a new notetaker that was just released at CSUN of this year in March of 2017. It's called the BrailleSense Polaris. Going to be shipping by the end of May. And what we've done with this device is entered the Android space for the first time. This is running on Android Lollipop 5.1. In addition to what HIMS has been known for with note takers, you might have, your listeners may have heard of the BrailleSense U2 and previous BrailleSense models. We've got all of that capability in this new model as well in the BrailleSense Polaris, but what we've added is the capability to interact with places like the Google Play Store and all the different Google services such as Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Drive, and Google Sheets, and Google Classroom. This has been very well received, particularly from the standpoint of education with Google Classroom. Many schools around the country are moving to this kind of environment so students can collaborate on documents and share things back and forth. Teachers can put videos up in the cloud and that kind of thing, and worksheets and tests too. And we can interact with and access all of those things on the BrailleSense Polaris. In addition to that, you can work in places like Google Drive too. So files that need to be stored in the cloud or maybe pushed back and forth between student teacher can be done in that environment as well. So you can save your changes and then put it in your Google Drive, and your teachers can access it that way too. In just the same fashion, this is happening in the professional world too. So many companies and different corporate environments are using these Google services too. So we feel like this new BrailleSense Polaris note taker will be a device that both professionals and teachers will use and really enjoy. So just to give you a little bit more of an idea what this device looks like, it weighs about 1.5 pounds. It's got 32 cells of refreshable Braille. We are looking to have a BrailleSense Polaris Mini, which would be 18 cells, and that should be out towards the end of 2017. But basically, what you're dealing with here are a couple of USB ports. We've got the USB 3 on it, so the USB Mini, OTG, they call it on the go. And then there's a standard USB port. There's an HDMI port on the back of this, so connecting to monitors and projectors is as easy as just connecting via HDMI that way. We do support Bluetooth 4.2, so being able to connect to different devices such as iPhones and tablets and things like that is very easy from this device. We support near-field communication, so you can use things like Android Pay. So if you're looking to go to Starbucks and pay for your cup of coffee using your BrailleSense Polaris, that's a possibility for you. Another thing that is new in here that we're pretty excited about is wireless charging capability. In addition to the traditional ways that you're going to charge your note taker by plugging it into the wall or using a USB port to the computer, there are pads available that you could buy at, say, Best Buy or other computer stores, and you can then just set your BrailleSense Polaris on this charging pad, so there's no wires to do it. You just set it there on the charger. It doesn't charge as quickly as, plugging it into the wall would, but still a very convenient, very nice way to be able to do that. And again, that's more of a mainstream platform that's, lots of other folks using iPhones and Android devices have been using. So we can tap into that now with our BrailleSense Polaris. In addition to that, we've updated the word processor, so where Polaris comes from is a suite of Microsoft Office products that run on Android called Polaris Office. That just happens to be the parent company of HIMS, one of the parent companies that makes Polaris Office. So our word processor is based on Polaris Word. So it affords a lot of upgrade possibilities there, and of course gives us the ability to save in the native formats that are popular for everybody to use, such as DOCX and .doc and RTF, in addition to, of course, the BRF and BRL standards and the HBL, that's the HIMS format. So, of course, if you've got Braille files you're bringing in or files from other HIMS note takers that you want to use on your Polaris, you can do that as well and bring those over. Of course, there's an organizer there. There's a web browser that is built upon Chrome, and all the other things that you would expect from your note taker as far as media players go, and being able to play your books and your favorite podcasts and things like that. So hopefully your listeners will get a chance to take a look at this device. We're showing it all around the country. Of course, you got a great dealer there in Minnesota with Triumph Technologies, and Earl Harrison and Kelly, they have it. But if you're in an area where you're not sure who your local HIMS dealer is, you can just contact us. Our phone number is area code 512-837-2000, and you can call us there and find out more about how you can get your hands on our products. In addition to the Polaris, there's a couple of other things I want to touch on. We have on the blindness products side, the Braille products, we have other note takers. We have the BrailleSense U2. That has been out now for a few years, and we've got that in a 32 cell as well as in a mini, both with a Braille keyboard and a QWERTY. So that's your traditional note taker. And one of the defining differences between this device and the Polaris that I just mentioned is one of the things we did on the U2 is we brought in some apps that we knew that professionals and students alike really needed to use on the note taker. Things like Bard NLS, we have a specific app for that, as well as YouTube, Bookshare, Twitter and Facebook, Dropbox, things like that. So what our theory going forward is that a student or professional who just needs kind of a straightforward user experience with a note taker, but also wants to take advantage of some of those apps that I just mentioned, will be able to do that with the U2, and there may not be a need for them to have a BrailleSense Polaris. However, if you're a little more advanced and you need to access Google services and you want to get into the Google Play Store to get a hold of different apps to run on Android, that's where you're going to need the BrailleSense Polaris note taker. And of course, that is the latest and greatest with the most up-to-date standards and ports and Bluetooth and NFC like we mentioned. So you can talk to us more about that, and we can really let you know the differences between all of them, and then you can figure out which one will be right for you. We also, on the refreshable Braille side of the house, as far as refreshable Braille displays go, we've got our Braille Edge 40. So that's a 40-cell refreshable Braille display with a full 8-dot Braille keyboard and access to USB and Bluetooth, so you can be simultaneously connected to your PC running JAWS or another screen reader, as well as via Bluetooth to your phone or tablet. And there's a switch on the side. You can just switch back and forth between the two connectivity options. In addition to that, what I always like to talk about with the Braille Edge is there are 8 function keys that go across the top of the unit that serve as Windows function keys when you're connected to your PC, running JAWS, for example. So you can get the whole user experience from your Braille display that you would get on your computer. So those keys turn into Control, your Windows key, Alt, Tab, Control, all of those kind of things. There's 8 of them going across. In addition to that, the Braille Edge has some additional apps that we've built into it, and very basic things. It's got a basic word pad, so if you need to take notes, There's a timer, there's a stopwatch, there is a calendar, and an organizer on there as well. So nothing like a note taker, but a few things in addition to just being a refreshable Braille display. That's the Braille Edge. It's $27.95 for 40 cells of Braille. We have the Smart Beetle as well, which is our smallest refreshable Braille display. It's got 14 cells of Braille. It allows you to connect via Bluetooth or USB. It's got 5 Bluetooth connections that you can have at one time, and then 1 USB, hence the Beetle with the six legs kind of thing. So a total of 6 connections with that at one time. And again, that's 14 cells, so real portable, easy to use and connect to. And that is strictly a refreshable Braille display, coming in at $13.45 on the price point there. We also have portable readers called the Blaze EZ and the Blaze ET, so you can use those. They're very tiny, rectangular, portable devices that you could put into your briefcase or purse very easily, and that you can read your barred books with those, listen to your favorite podcasts or other MP3 files, and then bring in a series of text files as well to listen to. It's got synthesized speech built into that. It does have OCR capability as well, so that you can scan a document and then have that read aloud to you. And if you have the ET, the Blaze ET, you've got an additional ability there where we can connect directly to a HIMS refreshable Braille display. So essentially you could scan a document and have a Braille printout of that, or have a refreshable Braille availability within just a few seconds there on the Blaze ET. And then on the magnification side of the house, of course, we're doing some good things as well. Our GoVision is our transportable video magnifier, coming in at about 16 pounds. It's got all the traditional CCTV options that you might expect, everything from color change capability to, of course, changing the size of your text and being able to manipulate the colors. Lots of different capabilities on there, messing with brightness as well. It's a great device from the standpoint that, of course, it's got the camera where you can place anything under the device that you want to. It's got a 24-inch or a 19-inch monitor. But also, in addition to that, it's got OCR built into it, so you can, of course, run OCR on documents and have those read aloud to you. All the menus talk. The OCR, of course, has speech associated with that. And it comes with a USB thumb drive as well, so you can bring in lots of different file types and have those read on your GoVision. Or, of course, you can bring in pictures and have a slideshow and be, moving those pictures up to any kind of size that you would need for those. There's an HDMI port as well, so if you need to connect to your smartphone to have a larger image on the screen of your phone or tablet, you can do that. We can connect to smart boards in the classroom that way as well. So pretty nice there on the GoVision. We have a more portable device called the Candy. We have a Candy 4 and a 5, so a 4-inch monitor as well as a 5-inch. The Candy 5 is the newer model. That's an HD camera there and fits in the palm of your hand. A really nice device there. It's got the ability to be held in the left or right hand. You can save images on the device and use it as a near or distance camera as well. So a very nice device there in our Candy 5. There's more products as well. The best way is to go to our website, HIMS, HIMS, HIMS-inc.com. And of course, like we mentioned before, you can contact any of us to learn more about our products and schedule a demonstration in your area. And we look forward to talking to you and letting you know more about HIMS. And again, Jeff, we really appreciate being able to be a part of your podcast, and thank you for the opportunity. Have a great day, everybody.
Big thanks to Jeff Bazer for taking the time to sit down and talk to the Blind Abilities listeners. So go check out HIMS. That's HIMS-INC.com. And I'm Jeff Thompson. And until next time, bye-bye.
When we share
what we see
through each other's eyes, we can then begin to bridge the gap between
the limited expectations and the realities
of
blind abilities.
The realities of blind abilities.
For more podcasts with a blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities, download our app from the App Store, blindabilities, that's 2 words, or send us an email at info@blindabilities.com. Thanks for listening.